So, brother Bolo, Vienna, we're here with another reaction. Mystic Sensation. Yes. Like I said before, guys, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the platform. You know what I mean? Right there, bam. Yes, all credit. Mystic Sensation. Go ahead, subscribe. Alright? Boom. Alright, cool. Let's get into the content reaction, right? Alright, this is about the Holnesses. The Holness Empire is falling. Let's get it.
You will pay for the wrong that you have done against Jamaican people. And so then, before I want to remind Andrew Holness and all the spin machine, right, of the 7 principles of public life. That is where we want to start tonight. Reminding the government of the 7 principles, right? The 7 principles of public life. So without any delay, honey, let us put up the Nolan principles, the 7 principles of public life. And I'm going to ask Andrew Holness and ask the propaganda machine if Andrew Holness befitting of any one of the 7 principles of public life. And this is what centers around the code of conduct. The 7 principles of public life, also known as the Nolan principles, apply to anyone who works as a public officer holder. I want Andrew Holness to listen to this. I want Andrew Holness and his administration to listen to this. This includes all those who are elected or appointed to public office. So we want Andrew Holness, his administration, and all the permanent secretaries to listen to the Nolan principles, nationally and locally, and all people appointed to work in the civil service, local government, the police, courts, and probation services, non-departmental public bodies, and in the health, education, social and care services. All public office holders are both servants of the public. This is very important because members of parliament are behaving as if the people are their servant. We heard Warmington make public utterances that he's not going to give no PLP man none of his money. Just imagine, people. Just imagine. We elected this man to do the people's work. And as the Nolan principle says, all public office holders, Mr. Warmington, are both servants of the public and stewards of the public resources. The principles also apply to all those in other sectors delivering public services. I want to educate my Jamaican people to say it is not where we need to look up to politicians and asking them for favors. We are paying our tax money and we employ them. I want all of my Jamaican brothers and sisters who are listening to me tonight to understand that we, the citizens, are the ones who elected the government to administrate on our behalf. So then no community should be sabotaged as it relates to public resources for votes. See where I'm going? No community.
Hey, salute to Godson and salute to Noel Francis. Guys, please remember to hit the like button and share the live. Let's continue.
Should be politically sabotaged as a result of vote. And let me say this. No members of parliament, no member of parliament.
Thinking we start cutting carbs. I need to drop my belly fat.
Here's the most interesting weight loss fact I learned in the last decade.
Should ever believe that the people must vote for them because they do things for the people. It's your responsibility, and the people of Jamaica owes you nothing. The Jamaican people owes you nothing. It is simply a contractual agreement that we have. We employ you, we put you in office, and we expect for you to administrate on our behalf. The day that this is not forthcoming is the day we are going to tell you to pack your bags and go. Let us get into the Nolan principles. 1.1 selflessness, and this is Andrew Holness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. Jamaican people, I want you to hear this. And anytime a politician want to say to you that, okay, you have to vote for him before he can do the service of the people, when he have it wrong, that politician lick his mind. That politician should not be there. The very first Nolan principle said selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of public interest, not on their interest. 1.2. This is what Andrew Holness doesn't have. And as a matter of fact, none of the members of parliament, as it relates to Andrew Holness' administration, have any integrity. Mystic Sensation is saying that. Not one befitting of 1.2. Not one that you can identify has any integrity. It's a kleptocratic government. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organization that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. We have seen this government tie their hands with the PSOJ, and where you have funders, political funders, yes, who fund political parties, looking for political kickbacks. The Nolan principle is against that. They should not act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefits for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare and resolve any interests and relationships. So when the Integrity Commission is asking Andrew Holness, asking the Prime Minister to explain well, for 3 consecutive years, going into the 4th year, the Prime Minister is unable to do it. The holders of public office, Mr. Andrew Holness, must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organizations that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. They should not act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefits for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare, Big Mama, they must declare, George Davis, they must declare, right? All of those who are defending Andrew Holness, acting against the Nolan principle, he must declare and resolve any interest and relationship. When Andrew Holness started out influencing contract to Gavin, he did not declare that Gavin, he had known Gavin for 20 odd years. He did not. Andrew Holness went along every standard as it relates to the Nolan principles. Objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. Mr. Juliet Holness, only gone their constituency is your bun. Right? So to her, PNP no exists. These are the things that we talk about. Now this is applied now to Andrew Holness 1.4. Accountability, Mr. Andrew Holness. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. Pastor Ricky, we have spoken about this time and time again, that members of parliament have to stand up to the necessary scrutiny to ensure that we are having checks and balance. But what Andrew Holness said, sing it my wife, because your voice is beautiful than mine. What a beautiful voice. Holders of public office are accountable to the public of their decisions and actions and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. But we see with Andrew Holness what Andrew Holness said. Don't you trouble Zion. Don't you trouble Zion. For Zion is a place. And it goes on as it relates to Andrew Holness. Openness. Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Andrew Holness execute Section 53, subsection 3 against the Integrity Commission investigators to suppress them from speaking out. Andrew Holness administration continue to block AI access to information. ATI. Continue to block ATI access to information. Zara Burton is having problem to get that information. I am just exposing the corruption of the Jamaica Labour Party. And I'm doing that through the Nolan principles. The 7, right? Principles of public office. I'm exposing the Jamaica Labour Party through this. Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reason for so doing. Zara Burton from 18 Degrees North, right, had utilized an ATI, and the Jamaica Labour Party government is holding the information. Honesty. This is what poison to Andrew Holness. He cannot drink this. He cannot stomach this. He cannot swallow this. Holders of public office should be truthful. No, Jesus, please. Truthfulness. Nobody go this up. Every word that comes out of that man's mouth is a lie. 1.7 on the last. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior and treat others with respect. Warmington. Let me teach you.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
These principles in let me teach you the man. Warmington. Let me teach you the all of the public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior and treat others with respect. Warmington, does this seem like something that you are doing? Eh? But you would tell them that you will rather lock off the main and them have to piss in the pipe. And you are in public office. So anyone who accepts you and vote for you, they accept that sort of behavior from you. They shouldn't expect anything better from you. They shouldn't. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and challenge poor behavior wherever it occurs. Take it away and let us show the people where we are going. There's a reason why I draw for the Nolan principles. Right?
There's a reason why I played that. And it's important for us to know and understand those principles and hold our leaders to a higher standard. So ladies and gentlemen, let me go to this video. A blast from the past. You will not believe when you hear this. Lord of mercy.
Jamaicans, I want you all to hear this.
US Cable had said that Mr. Bolo seems to essentially get away because he has managed to successfully forge alliances with his political superiors. Do you agree with that?
Well, they have analyzed it correctly. As I said before, the Prime Minister is complicit in this. She has taken no action that would suggest that the Minister could not make such future mistakes. He's still a member of her cabinet.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are several people in Andrew Holness' cabinet that he has not taken any action for. Everald Warmington is definitely one of them. At one point he resigned. Andrew Wheatley is making a comeback. Royal Reid is floating around. Marissa Dalrymple situation with the Integrity Commission. Montague is still active in the in their party. You know, himself, the Prime Minister. How about holding himself accountable? How about your statutory declaration cannot be certified? Man, you can't make this up. Listen to this.
What's the opposition going to do about this further?
But the opposition is very strident against this. And, you know, those questions, what will the opposition do? The opposition can't unappoint the minister.
And for the Labour them out there and the Jamaican them out there that says Marky G need to do more, I want you to remember this moment. What did Andrew Holness say? Listen to the question.
And, you know, those questions, what will the opposition do? The opposition can't unappoint the minister. The real question is, what is the government going to do about this? It is a discretion. I am adding pressure right now as I speak to you. We have written to the Prime Minister to make known our concerns. It is the Prime Minister who must act.
So all of you out there understand when Mark Golding and the People's National Party put pressure on the government, they're doing what they're supposed to do as an opposition to make it clear their stance on whatever the issue is. So when they come out and they talk about the 15-year-old and what needs to be done in the police force, it is the Prime Minister that is supposed to take action. He is the Commander-in-Chief. I hope we are understanding who the blame is supposed to go on when it comes on to everything that is going on in Jamaica. Not the opposition, not 18 years ago. It is the Prime Minister. Let's continue.
And my job is to stimulate public opinion as well.
Isn't the PMP doing that very well? Stimulating public opinion, highlighting the issues that are there. Remember when Jesse James came out and they said he should resign? Huh? But here we are, months after, with a whole bunch of other E. coli water situations popping up.
So that the public is not misguided by opinion leaders who seem to be very comfortable with the low standard of governance that is being offered by this government.
Isn't Andrew Holness very comfortable with the low standard of governance that is being offered by his government? The very low standard. Huh? The hospitals in the condition that they are. Look at him. Praising and bold, and as a matter of fact, this was years ago, but my God, how far we have come in the wrong direction, this man. He sounded very good in the past, didn't he?
What if the Prime Minister does nothing else? Doesn't ask for his resignation or anything?
It reflects the kind of Prime Minister that we have.
All those monies unaccounted for in the healthcare system. All those monies unaccounted for in the education system. It reflects the kind of Prime Minister we have. The hospital that moved from 9 billion, I believe, to 21 billion, 2 billion to 21 billion. No heads have rolled. There has been no investigation about that money and where the money went. Huh? All the things in the Ministry of Labour that is coming out now. No heads have rolled. No ministers have been fired. It is business as usual. It says a lot about the Prime Minister, doesn't it? Why cock mouth kill cocky? Mighty God.
Does nothing else? Doesn't ask for his resignation or anything?
It reflects the kind of Prime Minister that we have. And the country must decide if we're comfortable with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the people of Jamaica, you hear what the man said? We must decide if we are comfortable with this type of government. They have shown us who they are. You understand? So, are you going to load up a third term of more of the same or worse? Or are you going to vote them out? I'm asking, how you doing, Lorraine? Salute to you. Big up the people in Bolo and our clips and Bolo and our 2.0.
Had you been Prime Minister, what would
my actions would be clear? My actions would be clear and decisive.
Who remember Floyd Green? No movement there. Shower labor rights. No movement there. Shower. Where was your actions then, Mr. Prime Minister? The man was not even charged. Huh? Floyd Green is your Minister of Agriculture. I mean, there's so much references that we could pull from. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I make no bones about that. I believe in a very high standard of governance. He would not be a minister today.
Is that so? Is that so? Wow. Guys, are you hearing this?
His apology to the contractor general, saying that if he had said anything that could be construed as a lack of respect for the contractor general's office, he withdraws those statements and apologizes. What do you make of that?
You know, there are some lines that ministerially you don't cross.
Ladies and gentlemen, the individual that they're speaking of simply said something to the contractor general. And I want to find out is who and what, Just to give essence to why the Prime Minister is so upset and what's this line of standard of governance which he speaks. Because the person apologized and he still demands more. But we can go to Mr. Richard Hassan and compare Richard Hassan's situation to anybody else. And I'm going to play the clip.
And apologies are not good enough to fix them when you have crossed them.
Is that so? I would love to ask the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, what is a line that your ministers would cross that would allow you to have the same energy on them? Isn't that a fair question, ladies and gentlemen? If that's a fair question, put a 1 in the chat. Listen to what he said again. Listen to what he said.
What do you make of that?
You know, there are some lines that ministerially you don't cross. And apologies are not good enough to fix them when you have crossed them. He did that with the contractor general. It shows a mind that does not respect the limits of his authority. And that's dangerous in a minister.
Andrew Holness, do you understand or respect the limits of your authority as a Prime Minister? Does your government understand or respect the limits of their authority as a government? Or are you guys constantly violating the Constitution? I'm just saying, whose mans is this?
Hey, who mans is this?
Bro, what the hell is going on right now?
Who mans is this?
I gotta play that back.
Stop the cap.
I gotta play that.
Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
No.
That does not respect the limits of his authority. And that's dangerous in a minister. He did that with the contractor general. It shows a mind that does not respect the limits of his authority. And that's dangerous in a minister. And for a prime minister to accept that is to place the public's interest in peril as well.
Dr. Vincent Lawrence is now going to be heading that energy enterprise team.
Dr. Vincent Lawrence. Dr. Vincent Lawrence. Wait a minute. Dr. Vincent Lawrence, Contractor General. Let me see if there's a story. 2006. Vincent Lawrence. Head of Interim Air Jamaica Board. Played a pivotal role in engineering communities of over 40 years. My tenure can withstand any scrutiny, says Lawrence. Yesterday made it clear that his resignation as treasurer of the ruling People's National Party has nullified his membership. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see what's going on here. Resignation. What is the NEC? National Executive Committee. Okay. Alright. Lawrence issued the statement day after the Daily Observer. PMP. Alright. 2 weeks ago, Lawrence reputed to be the most powerful non-elected public official across chairman. Okay. At the time, Lawrence said he was stepping down because the Contractor General report on the controversial Sanders White House project had created new environment for him to act and a decision made months before to resign. UDC was the major partner in the blah 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 blah. Alright. I'm trying to figure out, what did this man do? Why Andrew wanted him gone? Served my country for 3 decades. Alright. A week later. Committed to the party. Assurance. Constraints. In light of the fact there can hardly be any need for speculation. Alright. Let me look at something else. We're doing some digging, guys. We're doing some digging. Former chairman of the legal action. Oh. Wow. Okay. You guys seeing this? Called in to investigate the massive cost of overruns. US 43 million on the project. Contractor General accused UDC of, among other things, withholding information he needed to determine who was culpable. Oh, so wait a minute. This is even better. How you doing, Chelsea? Colin, how you doing? Splash Gigi, Godson, Lorraine, Daphne. No, this is even better. So the contractor general called in to investigate massive cost overruns on project. The contractor general accused the UDC of, among other things, withholding information he needed to determine who is culpable. Isn't Andrew Holness withholding information from the Integrity Commission? According to the Integrity Commission, I mean, this is why there was an issue with Vincent Lawrence. Something to do with this project. Isn't this the gag order government? I mean, honestly. Man, oh man. Boy. Yo, you can't make this up.
What?
You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, bro.
Jamaicans, I want you all to hear this.
US Cable had said that Mr. Powell seems to essentially get away because he has managed to successfully forge alliances with his political superiors. Do you agree with that?
Well, they have analyzed it correctly. As I said before, the Prime Minister is complicit in this.
So, basically, Andrew is saying that Vincent got away because of his political alliances. And somehow the Prime Minister is complicit with this. Well, all the people in your party that has gotten away with things, and they haven't even been there a long time. You couldn't even say them have a reputation why you would stand behind them. You couldn't even say that. You know? They're young, them just come in and them doing dumb stuff. And you still keep them in your party. But look at you years ago. Look at you years ago. Wow. Yo, y'all tell me what y'all think about that, man. Y'all tell me 7 principles that you should follow. But yet still, Andrew Holness was acting years ago as if he was the standard of the 7 principles. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen, in reality, right now as we speak, he is the total opposite. He's the total opposite of those 7 principles. Total opposite. But let me know. That's my thoughts. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section.